In this bulletin, New Zealand wants Raman extradited. Investment Fiji targets export markets. And union denied march permit.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Atera Lendua.
An application has been made to extradite a Canadian national to New Zealand for drug-related charges. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions filed a motion and affidavit this morning seeking orders for Joshua Aziz Raman to be extradited to New Zealand to be tried for criminal charges. Raman has been charged in New Zealand for drug-related offences. The Canadian national is charged with one count of unlawful possession of illicit drugs in Fiji and is now awaiting judgment by the Suva High Court. The magistrate has directed the DPP's office to serve these documents to Raman, who is in remand. The matter will be called on the 16th of April. Fiji has recorded a new border quarantine case of COVID-19. The patient is a 56-year-old female who traveled to Fiji from Sacramento, California, USA. She arrived in Nadi on flight FJ1811 from Los Angeles on March 25th. She returned a weak positive result during routine testing while undergoing the mandatory 14-day quarantine in Nadi. The Ministry of Health says a weak positive test result indicates there was little viral material in the sample. It is known that non-infectious fragments of the virus can remain detectable and cause a positive test result long after the infection has passed and even after previous negative test results. It is unlikely that this person is currently infectious. The ministry says, therefore, this is considered a historical case of COVID-19. The patient has been transferred to the isolation ward at the Lautoka Hospital. There are now 2 active border quarantine cases. Investment Fiji is now targeting specific countries to explore potential trade and investment markets to assist in economic recovery. Chief Executive Craig Strong says following the Fijian 50 Global Trade Expo, they are now becoming country-specific and will be expanding their focus to markets throughout the year. Strong says they have had investment webinars focusing on agriculture, manufacturing and the pharmaceutical sector to showcase Fiji as a potential investment destination.
Last Monday we gathered a cross-section of industry from Fiji, which basically involved everyone that's in the ecosystem, the economy, to help us provide input into our strategic plan, so that collectively, as an economic group, we understand which sectors that Investment Fiji needs to focus on to grow the economy.
Small and medium enterprises in the West may get a chance to begin exporting to the New Zealand market. A few enterprises have been meeting with New Zealand's Trade Commissioner, Glenys Miller, this week. Miller is trying to assist businesses to open an exporting line in the New Zealand market as they are struggling due to the COVID crisis. One of the main purposes of also meeting the traders was to understand their situation during COVID.
This is our line of business. We really need to know and to get a good handle on how businesses are coping under COVID and to understand more clearly what their challenges are, so that as Pacific Trade Invest, we then can make a informed decision about how best to help them.
The tender for the construction of a new market in Levuka will be put out soon. Levuka Town Council Chief Executive Tosese Rakwita says work on the proposed market is progressing well. He adds the architects and engineers are ensuring all paperwork is cleared before a contractor is secured. Rakwita says the old capital needs a new market as many vendors traveling from different islands in the Lomaiviti group are currently sharing space. He adds some vendors travel overnight and sleep along Beach Street to sell their produce.
Now we have the architect and structural engineer are working on it. Soon we will advertise for the construction company to start the construction of the new market.
The Fiji Correction Service's new Life Art exhibition gave the public an opportunity to view the work of 7 inmates, including a carver. The exhibition, which is part of the Yellow Ribbon Project, was launched at the Grand Pacific Hotel in Suva last night. Corrections Commissioner Francis Keane says the artists have been working tirelessly to present an exciting collection.
Being in confinement is not easy. You know, you don't have your full rights. There's a few things that are taken away from you in order for us to abide by the protocols of being incarcerated. And it's not easy.
The Fiji Trades Union Congress will meet shortly to decide the next course of action as its application for a permit to march and hold a rally in Suva on May 1st has been denied. FTUC in a statement says the reason given verbally was that there was a concern over the pandemic. National Secretary Felix Anthony has called on the government to review its decision and allow workers the right to assemble and march on May 1st. This is the 6th occasion where a permit of march has been denied. According to police, the decision has been made by the divisional commander, Southern Division. However, no reason has been confirmed as yet. The new Maritime Safety Authority of Fiji Pacific Harbour Office is in line with the government's plan to decentralize its services. Minister for Transport Fayaz Koya says MSEF has taken a step towards creating more eco-friendly offices. $20,000 has been spent on this office, built using a 20-foot container with modern architectural design and open plan layout. Koya says decentralizing services such as ship clearance to outer stations show a determination to increase effectiveness in service delivery.
The opening of this office is certainly the progression of government's interest in ensuring that every seafarer living along the Lemi to Serua corridor and all its surrounding islands can access our services without having to travel all the way to Suva.
Up ahead, Blue Ribbon hopeful sticks to basic. And Mothe braces for first challenge. Laline Memorial School sprinter Anare Sailo will be out to make his presence felt at the Coca-Cola Games competition at the end of this month. Sailo is one of the favorites in the senior boys blue ribbon after dominating the Triple N zone last month. Scooping the senior boys 100 meters events during the Triple N zone has been a revelation for Sailo as he prepares for the Fiji finals. The youngster says he's not worried about time set by his competitors, but will be out to do his best.
Right now I'm not really looking at their speed or their time. Just focusing on myself and trying to get everything right. So when Coach Day comes, trying to get what I want for this year.
Mothe and Onelau may have been bundled out of the Easter Cricket Championship, but they will be in action again tomorrow. The two teams will meet tomorrow at Albert Park in Suva for the Association Cup Challenge. Mothe is the holders of the trophy and Onelau is the first challenger. Mothe defeated Suva in February to win the title.
The Association Cup Challenge will be held this Saturday. Ono will challenge the holders of the cup, Modi. So it will be held here at Albert Park as well after the finals.
Benji Marshall and off-contract skipper Adam Reynolds were instrumental for the Rabbitohs in their 35-6 win over the Broncos yesterday. After falling down 10-0 early, Brisbane made a slow comeback in the first half, but the defensive woes and some coach-killing errors ensured the Rabbitohs were never under serious threat of losing the match. The plans for most of New Zealand's Tokyo Olympians over the past 12 months have been thrown to disarray due to COVID-19. Rather than sitting back and contemplating the what-ifs, a number of teams and athletes have been preparing at home with the best they can. Cloudy periods with brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of Vitilevu and Vinolevu, mainly fine elsewhere. That's FBC News Now. Join us again at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. for news you can trust. Get the facts from FBC's TV, radio, and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj. Take care and good afternoon.